I can recommend buying the CEO once you have the cash for it, because they just added NPCs into the game that makes you able to have them source the cargo for you instead of the old days where we had to go run each one ourselves. Or trick people into your CEO to run it for you. That's how we used to do it. OGs know. But besides that, I'm going to give you a little insight here on something that I do to save a lot of money and a lot of time when you're buying these businesses. Because everybody ends up starting with the biker business. And everybody buys it and runs all these missions and spends so much time and money, and you don't really end up with much profit. You will need them, but that's not the first thing you want to buy, at least in my opinion. The first thing you really need to buy in GTA 5 when you're starting online is the submarine. Solely because it's the only heist thus far that you can run entirely by yourself, and you can easily clear 1 million if you once you get a tactic down. I ran it many times and made tons of cash. But back to other businesses. That's the first thing you would buy. It's going to run you a couple million, but you don't have to get all the add-ons for it, to make that basically useless. You don't really need a lot, except the Sparrow. You will need that later. But first thing I would buy is definitely the submarine, so you can run that heist. And then after that, you want to get yourself the CEO building. Why? Because of what I mentioned before, you can get the cargo. You can have up to 3 warehouses that you don't have to run, other than stopping in to tell a guy to go grab your stuff, and once it's full, then do your drops. In my opinion, I wouldn't go over, I want to say 25 cargo. I have 3 of them, and I never let them go over 25, because more than that, you're going to end up with 3 vehicles instead of 2. 2 is very easy for anybody who knows what they're doing. So that'll easily make you a 250,000 every time, and that's all in the background. All you gotta do is stop in and tell them to go grab it. That is, they don't just grab one package. They also have the ability to get you the special cargo, which sells individually as 100k. And there's been multiple times where they come back with more than one package, up to 3 or 4 I've seen. But everybody gets different things. So, what was I on here? Okay, so I own all of the biker businesses. And why? Because the nightclub. It's all about the nightclub. The nightclub siphons in all of your other businesses' resources, like passively. And a big thing that a lot of people miss and do not know, this is my secret here to how I haven't really had to do much with them. I basically have never done any real drops with the biker businesses, and I own all of them. But as you can see, they're still producing. You do not have to stock them. I'm going to say that again. You do not have to stock your biker businesses. And why? Because as long as you're always in your CEO business, the maze building, then what's his name? The biker dude that calls you up telling you that stuff's out of stock or your stuff's getting raided, none of that activates while you're in your CEO, because you can't run them both at the same time. My biker business's stocks are empty. Look, empty. Empty. At least those ones. That one's empty too. I mean, that's probably left over from a long time ago. But as you can see, those ones are empty. And still, it's producing into my goods, which means that you don't even have to stock them. And then also, while you're running your CEO, as long as you're locked into it, as a CEO, pinned up with the color, at the same time, it doesn't run the bills for those businesses. So I have all of these businesses, but the only bills that go through each paycheck is for my CEO, not my biker business. I'm going to say that again. Essentially, my whole biker business is free. I'm not spending any money than what I did to buy them. And after that, it's all profit backed through the nightclub. And it just sits here and collects, and I do $500,000 drops. And that's all running in the background while I'm doing heists, all this other things. Like, it's pretty easy to get money, so that's what I would do. Like, get the submarine, get the CEO, and then as you accumulate money through those two businesses, you'll be able to buy up, you know, the biker stuff and all that, but you don't have to stay in them. Just go back to your CEO, burn the money there, buy the businesses up, and then once you get enough, get the nightclub. Or actually, no, you want to get the nightclub third, because when you get the nightclub, and as long as you keep your popularity up, it'll run you 50K each check into the safe. Because there are passive safes in at least 4 businesses now. I want to say 4. Because you got the nightclub that runs you 50K every 40 minutes or so. And you have your arcade, which honestly I wouldn't even buy unless you're looking to splurge money. I got too much, so I did it anyway. But this will run you 5K into the safe every hour. And then if you get the agency through Franklin and you run the 50 hit, all you have to do is 50 hit missions, and it doesn't matter which ones you do in a row. You can do the same one over and over again, but you do 50 of those and you get up to 20K per hour. So you're looking at like 70K, you know, every hour, which makes it quite profitable. And that's all in the background. You don't have to stock that. There's no, like, I don't stock anything, and if I do stock it, it's my warehouses, which the NPCs now can help you with. I mean, you get those 3 businesses, and then you slowly build up with your MC businesses in the background. You're looking at a lot of money in the background. You can run all these missions while that's cooking. I mean, that's the real secret to it all, is spending money to make money. Pretty straightforward. And whew, people be complaining about not being able enough to get like a car, but I got too many of the damn things. And why? You gotta have strategy. That's all it's about.